Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to hang out with me a little bit and watch the video. Always appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about, like the channel name is, Intuitive Angling. We're going to be talking about intuition, and we're going to be talking about how bass anglers today are losing their ability to be intuitive, and how it's atrophying in the age of technology, and why it's important to maintain that ability that every single one of us has. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, just a big thank you out there. I wanted to just extend a big thumbs up here from the Block It family for everybody that's been using all the links I put in the description. If you're one of the viewers out there that has been using and bookmarking my Tackle Warehouse link, Fish the Moment, Lake Map Breakdown link, Solar Bat links, you're really doing a big part to help the channel out here. So I wanted to give you guys a big thank you if you're doing that. And if you're not, I'd like to invite you to go in the description I put in every video, and you can see those links there. So much appreciated. Okay, guys, intuition is it's a necessary part of being able to survive on the planet Earth for every species out there. And the animals, humans to a large degree, a lot of humans, you seem have lost that ability to be intuitive, but it's still strong in the animal kingdom because, say for example, let's look at a bird that comes up to seed. Now, how in the world does a bird know if a bird is like just been hatched out, say if it's first year on the earth here, how does it know what seed is poisonous or what seed is edible? That is the intuitive ability they have. How does a goose know where to find its way from Canada down to Mexico? How do monarch butterflies know how to get to Mexico from North America? I mean, you have examples all the time about how animals rely on intuition and instinct to basically survive, and that humans did for well, they still do to some extent today, but that was the main part of their ability to survive on this planet, is their intuitive abilities. But what we've seen in bass fishing in the age of spotlighting for bass and using the cheater box, as technology advances, we're creating a generation of anglers out there that don't have any intuitive skills whatsoever. They don't have instincts. Or the three main things that I think identifies a good bass angler or a great bass angler over somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. They may think they do, but they don't. Are intuition, instinct, and that primal sense of knowing what decision to make under certain circumstances. And I want to talk a little bit about what that is and how to develop that. Now, if you're one of those anglers out there that are balls to the wall on this forward-facing sonar and technology, not only are you helping destroy the sport, but you're also weakening yourself as an angler and a person by doing that. Because the more that you rely on technology and bass fishing, the weaker your intuitive skills get, the weaker your instincts get, because you're relying on external stimulus to tell you what to do. You're not letting your own body gauge and tell you how you should, the decisions you should or shouldn't make on the water. Now, here's what the deal is with intuition. If you're one of those anglers that have never experienced it before, let me explain a little bit. Because if you're a long-time tournament angler and you've been doing it forever at the top level, prior to about 5 or 6 years ago, you had to rely on your intuition and your instincts in order to catch fish. Because here's what it is. Intuition is basically something, it allows you to make a decision, a correct decision, without thinking about it. It's like instinctual, and you immediately make that decision based upon the way that you feel. And here's how you can develop your intuition and your instincts, because you just don't automatically have it. Your ability to use your intuition and your instinct is something that you have to work on constantly, and it grows as you get older. And here's the best way that I can describe it. It's like, if you have any decision to make, now you can relate this to fishing or just life in general out there. It's like sometimes when you have a decision to make and you make that decision, sometimes it just feels good. It's just like, man, that feels like the right decision to make. And other times there's a sense of uncertainty that you have. It's like you go back and forth. And if you've ever said, it's like, man, I just don't know what to do here. I can't make a decision. That is your body telling you that your intuition needs to be strengthened and your instincts need to be strengthened. And the way that you do that, there's two ways. Number one, you have to pay attention to how your body is feeling. Every great bass angler I have ever met in my life is with the exception of the modern era of the cheater box, because they're experiencing success that makes them appear to be good anglers, but that success is all fake and plastic. That all the real bass anglers that I've ever met in my life, they have this ability to, if they have to make a decision on the water, like to whether to go or to stay or to move or to change lures or whatever, they determine that by how it feels internally. And you can feel it in your solar plex, guys. It's like when you make a decision that's a right decision, it's almost like, you've taken a big exhale and you relaxed, and like there's a weight off your shoulder. But if you are struggling with a decision on the water, like you can't decide, it's like, man, do I need to leave this spot and run 30 miles down the lake to fish this stretch with 30 minutes left in the day? And if you have this uneasiness about you, that is telling you that your instincts and your intuition need to be worked on, because paying attention to how good that feels tells you the right or wrong answer. Somebody that has really strong instincts and really strong intuitions, if they have to make a decision on the water, usually, like with myself, I'll just take a deep breath like that, and I pay attention to how that feels based upon the decision I'm gonna make. Let's say, for example, I've got a decision I have to make. I've got an hour left with the day before the weigh-in of the tournament, and I've got a decision. I can either stay on this row boat docks, or I can make a move, and I can run across the lake and hit a couple main lake points. When I'm debating that decision internally, I have to pay close attention to how that feels. It's like, okay, if I stay on this row boat docks, how does it make me feel? And I determine that just like that. And then I think about it, if I move and I have to go over to this, points, how does that make me feel? And I immediately make that determination. And if it feels good, if it feels grounded and centered and anxiety free, I act on that. I go and I make that move. And if it doesn't, I usually, stay where I'm at. Now, I'm not saying that this works every single time, because the way that you understand and develop your intuition is through making mistakes. You have to go through a years and years of process of acting upon instincts or intuition and see if it actually works or not. And the more that you have success with it, the more that you act upon your intuition and you find that it's the right answer, that's what builds your confidence in your instincts and your intuition. And that's one of the things that makes a good leader also, is their ability to decipher that, extremely quickly. So the problem that you have with that is, like when you're dealing with a pure environment as far as fishing, where you're not influenced by outside elements like technology, that allows you to make those decisions a lot clearer. But when when your success is completely dependent upon what you're looking at a screen, then your intuition and your instincts are thrown out the window, because all the data that you're trying to decipher to make a decision is based upon what you're seeing in some type of a video game, and it's not real. It doesn't work. And the more that you do that, the more that you rely upon some type of external data that doesn't have anything to do with your internal self, that is when your instincts and your intuition become weaker and weaker and weaker. And in the process, you're losing, nobody ever loses it, but your ability to excel in life on a lot of different levels atrophies, because you rely upon that external stimulation to give you information instead of yourself. So anyway, guys, one of the things that I want to stress in this video is that strengthen your intuition and rely on your intuition, because the more that you're aware of that, and the more that you're aware of how something makes you feel when you make a decision or don't make a decision, that is what gives you confidence. And if you are a person out there that has if you work constantly throughout your life to strengthen your intuition and your instincts, you become a very, very formidable human being out there, because you can excel on about anything in life, because the decisions that you make, once your instincts and intuition, you have confidence in making it, the decisions you make consistently are more and more the right decisions. So I just was thinking about that, since the channel is called Intuitive Angling, that's a big part of it. And I can look back so many times in my career, guys. It's like one of the things about tournament bass fishing is it provides one of the most purest platforms I've ever seen to strengthen or weaken your intuition, because it gives you so many opportunities. Every single day that you're on the water, you have ability to strengthen your intuition and your instincts, whether you want to take advantage of that opportunity or not. If you're a spotlighter, you don't have any opportunity to strengthen your instincts and your intuition. If you're a real bass angler and you operate from the point of the tradition and the heritage of this sport, the way bass fishing is meant to be, every day on the water gives you a chance to strengthen that you can also take back home to other aspects of your life and the decision-making processes that you have in your day-to-day life. So it'll help you out as well. So anyway, guys, hope it makes sense. Hope it helps you out. We'll talk later.